We are back looking at Soviet commercials, and you know what? I love it because you never know what you're gonna get. Could be some military, it could be some animals running around, some women wearing hardly any clothes. You never know. It's the Wild West, and you love to see it. So we're gonna look at them. We're gonna do a little bit of a breakdown on them. Just talk about some tips on producing and what you could do potentially differently, or some things to look out for. So here we go. Let's jump right in.
Kuidas läks sul see mäng? Tõstan käed ja annan alla.
Some sort of Olympics. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's a gym. I don't know. Maybe it's a gym. Maybe it's an advertisement for this gym. When we're looking at this before, yeah, I think this was an advertising agency in Estonia back then. I think it's defunct now, but when we were doing the last batch of commercials, I think they were responsible for creating a lot of these. Let's do quick little line item of like how much something like this might cost. Earlier today, I was looking at what some of the wages might have been in the Soviet Union. They might have been maybe depending on different countries. It got paid more or less. It's hard to determine what the salaries were monthly or weekly or yearly in the Soviet Union on a per country basis, but it looks like around 200 to 400 rubles for more skilled professionals. I would imagine people, just like in the film industry, would have different rates based on their skill, and maybe if they were just maybe the talent, if they were a big actor, they got paid more. But I imagine some of these people in these commercials, they were gymnasts already or athletes. We had about 10. I don't know, maybe let's say 100. They got 100 rubles each. Maybe they got 100 rubles each for being in the commercial. Going off of the salary. Maybe that's not a bad rate. Maybe that's a little bit high. I don't really know, but I would say, okay, so 10 people, they each gave them 100. Producer will come back to that. I think, they had a DP. We'll say he got 100 rubles. He or she got 100 rubles. In AC, they probably had, we'll do 70, I don't know, 75? 75, 100. Camera lens package, maybe that cost 200 at the time. There was film stock. Let's put film stock in here. Let's say that cost 50. They shot it in one. Maybe they shot one roll. Sound mixer, there wasn't any of that. No art. Purchases, wardrobe. They probably had a lot of the wardrobe already. I think these are all athletes, and so they would just come with what they have, what they already own. Yeah, so we have, let's get back onto the budget. We have, I didn't really see anything, any lighting or anything like that, but let's just say there was one, and he got 50 $50. Let's say 100. We'll say 100. And we'll just say 100 for this. And they kind of did everything for this. Don't know if they fed people. Editor, sure, why not? $100. The score. Now there was, let's just say there was three. I think there was 3 songs I heard, and you know, maybe they paid them 40 rubles a song. Once again, keep in mind the average salary for unskilled labor is 100 to 200 base salary, and this is on a monthly basis, and then 200 to 400 for someone who might be a skilled professional. And then it says, you know, writers, artists, and journalists. And I did a little more research. They had kind of a moving scale. It's hard to account for all of that. And I don't know, imagine these were huge stars at the time playing in what I think is maybe a local gym ad. So we'll be a little on the conservative side on that. Okay, back to, so we have the talent. We had about 10. We have the DP AC and a second AC. We'll just say first and a second. We have a camera lens package. We have some film stock. We have a gaffer and a grip. Okay, we have went through the commercial. We have put in some numbers of the talent. We have the DP, AC. We have some grip and gaff down here, an editor, and 3 songs down here. We're sitting about 1845 right now. We haven't put in a producer rate. We will do that at, let's say, because you will be doing it pre-production, development, all that. Let's say that the producer for this got 300 rubles. Even at that, we are sitting at, wow, that's not populating, equals, okay. Even with all that in mind, we're sitting at 21.45 for this first commercial. Maybe we'll do a little digging to figure out what that Morat was. But for now, we have a pretty good gauge on how much this commercial cost. Okay, so we just put this into Google, and this is the first thing we found. It looks like it is a brand. So I was wrong there. It wasn't a gym. It's a brand. They have different clothes. Interesting direction here. But yeah, that's the company still around. So that's pretty cool. Let's have a look outside near the store. Maybe this is like a mall. Got your basics, a casino with your McDonald's, New York, Mother Care. So here's a mall. Dang, the malls are packed over there. If I am ever in Estonia, I am going to stop by and pick up one of these sweatshirts. Or hats. Who knows? Okay. Floor. Oh, God. What is this? All right. Well, some poses. The rug switching around. That girl's very skinny. Some music, man. I need to find the track of this. Okay, what is this? It's a carpet. Of course, it's a carpet commercial. All right, who would have saw that one coming? All right, I don't even know how to do a breakdown of this. Okay, so we have a carpet number 2, one. That's one. Carpet number 2. I don't know what to say about this. I like the music. Maybe we can try to find that song somewhere. Carpet and spinning group of enterprises. And I don't know this production company or agency. That's a new one for me. Okay. Well, all right. Let's go to let's go to our budget. So there was two talent on this one. Let's say they got let's say, I don't know, 200 rupees for you as a producer on this one. We'll keep things about the same on this one. I don't think there was even any lighting. Maybe. Okay. Well, let's just an editor. There was one song. This one's really cheap. This one's super cheap. It's a little bit creepy. Some of the artistic direction on this one was a little strange, but they didn't talk. Not any complicated shots. They did some carpet switches. That was probably supplied for free from the company, and they just showed up on this dock and they shot it. Very interesting commercial. It feels a very product of the 80s, and I can only imagine what they pitched to make this happen. What you're gonna be out on a carpet that's clearly not meant for a dock, and we're gonna have bikini models, and this is that classic. This is a classic where you just kind of wonder. It's like the creepy photographer from the 80s, the one with the ponytail. He's like, oh, I'm a photographer, and he shoots, girls coming into the business. It feels a little bit like that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about some of this. I can only imagine what the pitch was like, but they're probably like, yeah, whatever. How do we make carpets interesting? So let's think about it in a different light. Let's say, okay, how do we make rugs and carpets interesting? And okay, so we got some ocean here. Okay, well, that's nice. Who doesn't like the ocean? And then some carpets. And they could have gone with like, oh, well, like our showroom is boring, it's dark, the lighting's bad in it. Okay, so how do we do it? They're like, oh, well, we'll put pretty girls in bikinis by the ocean on our rugs. Problem solved, guys. Let's go out and shoot this. So I'll give it to them there. This probably wouldn't fly today. But I think I can see the logic behind it. They kind of did some couple cool little angles here. It kind of feels like it's about to be like an art house film. Kind of like expressionist. Yeah, that's this commercial. It's a pretty cheapy. It's a cheapy one. It shouldn't cost that much. Something like this shouldn't cost that much. All right, so we're at 965 on this one. I really don't have any much to say more about this. Interesting. You always want to I wish you could go back in time and hear pitches of things, and this would be a great one to hear. Okay, let's move on. If you don't wear wool, you're going to feel the cold of the winter. Throw on some wool. What the hell did I just watch? What the hell was that? Okay, let's go back a little bit. I think this is probably the most expensive out of all the commercials. Let's do a play-by-play. Okay. So you're gonna need a sheep. We'll have to put money in for a sheep, and then they brought some hay to calm them down. Those who do not wear the wool in the winter feel the cold. Okay. We get a nice tracking shot right here. This is great. Oh, I got our buddy right here, right in the middle of the scene. Those who do not, okay, so, okay, she's all done up, clearly. Throwing some wool. By the sea, a textile mill, a bearded man from Seville. I like this. I like what this is going on. They're not saying he's... They're not referring to the sheep right here with this, the bearded man. Okay, where did that girl come from? Look at this, look, guys. This is rad. This is really cool. How do you do that? How do you do that texture? Nice. And really, you know, this one's on addition to like it being the most expensive, you can just clearly tell just by like the camera movement. There's actors, a freaking animal in it. There is looks like some nice glass that they use because like look at the fall off. Very beautiful, very beautiful. 80s was a wild time. You gotta love it. That's a nice little cut there. Now she's wearing. Is that the same? I have a hard time to if that's the same model or not. I think so. Maybe she's wearing a wig. Throwing some wool. Foolish sheep cross the bridge. Some are trimmed and some are fleeced. Very pretty Eastern European women. Never fleeced. Okay, so this is it looks like a campaign for some wool, a wool company, Tallinn. So this is, once again, this is in Estonia. We're getting a lot of those. Maybe all of these have been from Estonia. So it is saying like, hey, if you're gonna be cold, but if you wear this wool, you're gonna not be fleeced, is what it's saying. So, yeah. This is a nice little commercial. I appreciate the jingle. Okay. So we're gonna need some goat money. So, goat. No, sorry. Sheep. There was one. How much do we pay this sheep? Let's say, it's like 20 rubles. 20 rubles is fair. He didn't do anything. He just sat there. And he ate. I mean, that's what they do. All right. All right, so we have our first model coming here. They're really, all the girls are really done up. So there's 1, 2, she's making it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 8. Looks like there's 8. There's that one girl. It's a little bit in question if she was the same one wearing a wig or not. All these women in this commercial looked really well done. They looked like they might have been from a modeling agency, and so it was probably a little bit more expensive than the other commercials. We'll go a bit of a higher rate and say that they got paid 300 on this one, 300 rubles, because they just look like they've been in the business for a little bit. They've clearly had some training, and they know how to look at the camera. Okay, so we're gonna go down to the DP first AC. There were some camera moves in this one. We'll kind of keep everything around the same for this one. Maybe we'll bump up the AC on this one and the DP rate. We'll keep everything around the same. There's no reason why they shot maybe they shot more, more film stock. Maybe it took a little bit more. No, sorry. Maybe it was 2 rolls of film stock. Maybe the animal was going wild on set. Maybe they had to do. Maybe there was a double. You know, if there was a double sheep, maybe we had to pay 2. You never know. I don't know. I don't know what the labor laws are for sheep in the Soviet Union at the time, but we'll see. All right, so there was probably a key and a gaff, and let's say there was some rentals. Say a couple lights, and we'll price it out at about 100 rubles. And all right, so we'll just say there was another person helping them out as well, probably a 3-man team. Oh, where are we? Okay, so the stylist. Okay, there was definitely a stylist, and they probably. Nah, we'll say 100 for them. Do I have an MUA? I don't. What is? They might have done it themselves. The talent might have come camera ready. But let's drop in one. This is not calculating sometimes. Okay, 200. And then maybe they made some purchases of like 50 rubles. Okay. We'll put some food in the budget. 60. Editor. There was one song, and all right, so an editor, maybe they made 200 on it. Maybe it took a little bit longer to edit with what they had. Okay, back to the producer on this one. You know, if you're thinking about, you know, if the wool industry came to you and they wanted a commercial, you know, there would be the coordinating of all the talent. They had a lot of talent. They looked all as if they've been in the industry for a little while. So that was probably contacting the different agencies, or maybe just one, to source them. So that takes time. There's the location. So there's the and the animal. Okay, we're up to the producer part now. Let's take some things into consideration. There was a sheep. So you're going to have to find a person with a sheep. Maybe you have a friend. Maybe it's your sheep. Who knows? And then you're going to have to coordinate getting it to set. And that might take some little time, some development time, some pre-pro time. You're also going to have to factor in that most of the talent looked like they came from an agency. So you're going to take time to coordinate with them. There would be the casting involved in it. There would be, if you're working hand in hand with a client, then you would be saying, oh, hey, here's some headshots. Who do you like? And doing a casting session with them, and then picking the talent. There's the location that they actually shot it at. And then the actual day of. So it's a little bit more work than the other ones. The other ones could have probably shown up on the day of, especially the doc one that we just watched. So this one takes a little more effort. I would say that you're probably sitting at, you know, a bit higher of a rate on this one, producing this one. So we're sitting just under $4,000 or 4,000 rubles, right? 4,000 rubles for this one. It's the most expensive. It looks the best too. It's a nice little spot. All in all, you know, I don't think it's too far off the mark on this one. Okay, we watched 3 commercials, 3 pretty different commercials, and we had the first one, which was a gym. We had the one that was the carpet on the dock, and then we had the animals and the about the wool. Some really big learning lessons from all 3, I think, is just pre-production for the location, and not showing up the day of and just trying to shoot something. Even if you're not working with professional actors or models, it still takes some coordination of getting the locations, getting there ahead of time to, or getting the permits ahead of time so that you can have access to the space. And if someone is interrupting where you need to be, you have some documentation to cover your butt. The next big thing is, you know, children, animals, and anything on the water is the riskiest of shots to get. And typically what that means is it has the highest chance of something going wrong, and you don't make your day. So if you are doing a combination of any of those or just one, you have to factor in things you can't control. You can't necessarily believe an owner of the sheep says, oh yeah, this one is docile, this one just chills out all the whole time. Because you never know. They've never been onto a set before, and if they show up, they might go buck wild. You never know. Even if you're giving them unlimited hay to eat and whatever to calm them down, some CBD, you can't always expect that. So the learning lessons: do the pre-production ahead of time. Think about the locations. Think about the elements that could potentially go wrong, and you'll set yourself up for the biggest success the day of on these commercial shoots. That's it for today. We've looked at 6 Soviet commercials in these last couple of videos. I think that's it for a while. We're going to spread our wings a little bit more and maybe look at some other areas of commercials they were creating in maybe the 80s, 90s, or maybe even in the 2000s, like maybe some Y2K commercials might be kind of fun. I'll get together another batch of them, and we'll have a look at them here real soon. Okay, bye for now.